Jordan Moore, Sean Cody, and Khalia Lanier joins us now, fresh off a heck of a weekend. Pac-12 Player of the Week on Friday up in Seattle. Khalia had 33 kills. That's the most in a single match since Alex Jupiter in 2011. That's called being in the zone.
Yeah, you could call it that.
Yeah, you said we were just talking. Your shoulder's a little sore. I wonder if your back's a little sore from carrying this team. But what was that? What was that feeling like though when you it's a 5-set match, so I'm sure you're focused in really on what's happening point by point. But you had to be feeling good out there.
Yeah, actually, after the game, like, my teammates, I think Raquel and Reagan kind of came up to me and were like, "You're a beast!" And I was like, "Oh, really?" Like, it just felt like any other game. But it was nice to pull out that win, especially against, like, a really good team like UW.
Yeah, it's a good win.
Once again, we've been kind of plagued by injuries this season, but
a USC theme.
Yeah, we just kind of got to do what we got to do, and if that takes 33 kills, then that's what you got to do.
We'll talk about that win a little bit and what it kind of means for the team moving forward, get you guys going into that, postseason action here.
Yeah, I think for kind of all sports, it's really important to get yourself in a groove going into the postseason. So being able to pull out a win like that against a big ranked opponent nationally and in the Pac-12 is like really big, especially when we have these injuries. So we could be losing our confidence a little right now, but it was really nice to like pull out that win with people off the bench having the full team effort literally. So yeah, that's always really fun and good to do.
Last 3 weeks or so, it seems like the team's been playing better. Did something click sort of mid-season?
I guess we did. I don't know. I think it started really from the summer. We came in every day, especially as a senior. I think you kind of slack off in the summer and you can kind of get into that groove. But this summer we were really important and like really dialed in on taking the summer to the best advantage that we could. So we dialed in through the summer and kind of worked on our chemistry, worked on our skill work. And now it just happened to be when middle of the season when it's kind of most important, we clicked into the groove, and that's really good for us.
Your senior year, you've been here for a while. Who are some of those young players you've been molding and you hope to see kind of grow in this tradition at USC, and who are those people?
Yeah, I think Raquel is like the biggest one for me. Her coming from Spain when she was a freshman, I kind of took her under my wing, and kind of helped her out. And her being a leader on the court, touching every ball as a setter is super important. So I have those conversations with her a lot. I think Maddie Horan, Kaylin O's, Kayla Barra are going to be really big for us in the next upcoming years. So there are some other players that I just love talking to, love experiencing them and like what they teach me too. So yeah, I think the whole program in general has a lot to look forward to with these people.
And you've grown up, as Sean said, within this program. How have you grown as a leader? I mean, I'm sure you've learned a lot about yourself over the last 4 years.
Yeah, leading isn't something that I think I was always most confident in. I kind of like to do and then have other people follow. But this season, I think Brent kind of put an emphasis on myself and other seniors around me too, to just kind of speak more and like be vocal, especially helping the younger players, like you were saying, was really big. So if I can do that and kind of lead us to some wins or whatever I can do, whatever inspiration I can give to other people is like the biggest thing.
And then obviously your team's going to have some goals this year. What are some of those goals for this year? And then moving forward, after your college career, what are you looking to get into? What are your goals and aspirations after post volleyball there?
Yeah, I think for the team and kind of individually for me, last year was kind of rough for us. We kind of went through the same injuries and couldn't bounce back as good as we wanted to. So kind of making it farther in the postseason, being a Final Four team, being contenders in the Pac-12 with returning championships like Stanford coming in. So just being able to compete, and then for me individually, hopefully being able to pursue volleyball post-collegiate career and go to the Olympics.
I wanted to ask you about that. It's an Olympic year, obviously. How does that process work? How do you get on the Team USA radar?
It's kind of like a pipeline, you could call it.
Are you in the pipeline?
I guess I am in the pipeline. This summer actually was really big for me because I did get to work with the national team, so that definitely helped me rebuild my confidence from kind of a hit last year going into this season, and I think that definitely helped so much, both with the leadership aspect you were talking about and skill work. And if I can just kind of keep riding that pipeline, hopefully I'll be in the Olympic roster one day.
I always find it interesting why, student athletes choose USC. What's your story for choosing USC, and why did you want to be here?
Yeah, I think I was choosing between, USC, Texas, and Stanford, and I remember Stanford was like always the biggest dream for me, and then I visited and just cried the whole time. Yeah, it was bad. So I went to USC in Texas, and I just had this like gut feeling at USC that was just so different from all the other schools. I was kind of nervous at first, like what am I, like 16 picking the school I'm going to go to, but it turned out for the best, and my parents have been supportive. I have family out here, and it's truly been like the best 4 years and going of my life.
Leslie, back in February is Black History Month, and we worked on a really cool story about you and your dad and some of the other student athletes and their parents. I thought you told a cool story within it that I wanted you to expand on a little bit more here about your hair and sort of how you looked at your hair, and then maybe sort of your place in this sport and the legacy that you want to leave. And I sort of wanted you to expand on that a little bit.
Yeah, so my hair was actually a thing today getting ready for this interview. But I just always, like, growing up in Arizona, it's like a dominantly white neighborhood that I grew up in my whole life, and that actually went into my decision choosing USC, being able to kind of break apart, get into some more diversity, get out of my comfort zone, and choosing USC and kind of seeing all the different cultures, all the different experiences that these other people had. Me having straight hair that like wasn't mine just kind of like made me rethink the image that I wanted for myself and like what is beauty in this America right now. I could go on a rant, but so I think one day I was like gonna get my hair put back in for like this weave or whatever it was, and I was like, I kind of want to shave it off. And my mom was like, Khalia, don't do it. Just like take it out and go natural. And I was like, Mom, I hate my hair. I do not want to do it. So instead of shaving it, she was like, hey, just like take some time, see how you like it, if you can handle it. So me and my hair became friends, I would say, over the past, it's been like almost a year now. And I've heard like some really cool stories from little girls being like, I used to hate my hair, moms writing to me like on Instagram and being like, my daughter hates her hair, but she saw you going natural, and so now she like kind of wants to do it too, and she feels so much prettier, and she has this confidence, and thank you for that. So like being able to just kind of do that with something as silly as it may seem to me as volleyball, in that sport is, and being able to impact people the way that it did was like really special.
I think the lesson there is mother knows best.
Yeah. Yes.
Mom is here tonight. Give your mom a shout out.
Hey Rose, how are you, girl?
And we'll take it to break. Up next, we'll hear from the head coach. Oh, by the way, women's volleyball is home for 2 matches this week. Utah and Colorado Thursday and Saturday. So get to Galen Center and watch Khalia Lanier some of her final matches in a USC uniform. Clay Helton is next on Trojans Live.